Investments has huge potential. Let's talk about why I think this, where I think Clover's stock price could be headed in the near future, and a variety of other factors. Please make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any of my analysis or points that I'm going to be making today about Clover Health. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, but other than that, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with Clover Health Investments. Let's do a quick recap overall of where we are at the price levels that we're at right now. We're at $9.27 per share, down about 0.96% on the day compared to this last intraday trading session, which of course was July 9th. Today is of course July 11th, the day that we're filming this video, and of course the day that the video is also coming out. Overall, negative trend, unfortunately, we've been seeing just over the last couple of weeks and even almost the last month with Clover Health, but I don't want that to be a reason why a lot of people are getting discouraged, because I've seen on multiple forums, on multiple different social media platforms, a lot of people are getting very impatient with Clover Health. A lot of people are starting to think that this might not be the greatest stock in the world, or they might think, that they're, losing money and they're never going to get it back, or there's a variety of things that are being said right now about the stock. And I just want to get, some information out into the open air, into the public forum, because I think it's important for people to not only be educated, especially if they're holding shares in a company that they own, of course, but also they need to be aware of the future of this company, because a lot of people that I have seem to run into online seem to think that this stock is really only a short-term play. They think that this is a short squeeze related type of play where it's just you hold a couple shares, wait for retail sentiment or a catalyst to kind of kick off a rally, and then hopefully that rally spirals out of control into a short squeeze because of the high short interest. And yes, that's what happened with GameStop. That's what happened with, of course, AMC. Well, AMC, I think a lot of people would argue it hasn't squeezed yet because it's kind of only been a gamma squeeze. But either way, you get my point. A lot of people are waiting on that with this stock. But I want to go beyond the short squeeze today because I think it's very important to look at that, because before any of this, meme stock talk or hype or anything like that, this stock was a growth stock. This was a long-term play for a lot of people. A lot of people were holding this stock, planning to hold this stock for a year, 2 years, even up to 5 years until it reached its appropriate valuation that most investors saw it being at. So let's talk about this article, because I think it illustrates my point about, Clover being more of a long-term play to my eyes. Let's take a look here. Why I sold Clover Health even though I like the stock long term. Let's see, recently Fool.com decided to hit the sell button on Medicare Advantage company Clover Health, but unlike most stocks, he didn't sell this one because of the company's long-term potential. And then we can read a little bit lower here. Before we move on from these two, I wanted to address blah, 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 blah. I don't want to read all of this, obviously, on camera. I don't want you guys to get bored. The number one, I'm adamantly opposed to anybody buying AMC or GameStop, for example, but if I like the business, it will come back down to earth. If it's trading at a valuation that doesn't make sense, especially I bought Clover at about $6 a share. I sold it at about 18 2 months later. I'm fine pocketing a triple and moving on. I think that we're in the same camp here. It's like a borderline conviction stock for me. If it's something, I'll name one of my highest conviction stocks, Pinterest. Okay, who cares about Pinterest? I think Clover is one exception for there is enough potential or upside potential where I'm like, no, okay, this is annoying. The way they write this article, of course, is basically just a transcript of what they're saying in the video. But it's that dream for me. I love that it's a meme stock because that might be a price I can sell out, where I'm happy to just say, well, you know what, let's say $40. I don't know where the price is exactly. Okay, so let's just wrap this whole article up, because I just realized they kind of talk in a very nonsensical way that's not very great to read. So basically what this article is saying, and what here we have, who was it, Matt Frankel, who talked a lot about how selling his position and everything with it, is that they believe in the company long term, but they don't necessarily believe in the company short term because of all the volatility, right? And this is what I've seen multiple people, all kinds of people all over the internet say, is that this is not something that people are holding long term, so why put the fundamentals to it? Why try to analyze it in any traditional way when this is not really a traditional type of stock that people are holding? But again, I would argue that there are plenty of people, myself included, who see this as a long-term growth play. And despite the meme stock stuff, despite all of the other accusations and crazy just threats and everything going on in the market right now, there are plenty of people who are still holding strong, and there are plenty of people who are buying heavy at the levels we're at. Let's actually look at the price action right here. As you can see here, this is the 1 day, 1 minute chart, and we're not going to get much for a swing out of this, but this is of course what happened just in the last intraday trading session with about a 53 RSI, so right about in the middle there. MACD is just too close to call, but if we pull out to the 180 day, which is my absolute favorite for looking at long-term positions, because it gives you, almost a year, but not quite. I mean, we could pull out to, a year chart if you really want to look at it. But as you can see here on the year chart, we're sitting at about a 39 RSI, okay? So I just want everyone to be very aware that when the RSI dips to these very low levels, I'm talking the 34 to 35 levels, and even here where it's confirmed oversold, because this is the confirmation line, of course, and then we have the 26 RSI right around here. People who buy at low RSI typically, not always, but usually get good deals, especially when you're buying something that might necessarily have a lower price compared to its highs, which about, $28.85, which is a crazy run up that we saw with CLOV, of course, here, and the RSI spiked above that on the 1 year chart. But overall, we're getting low. And if you backtrace, if you go back and look at any other time the RSI has dipped down into these 38, 36, 37 levels, we've always seen a massive rally, usually right after. Here we can see now, RSI dips down to crazy, ridiculous oversold levels. Boom, rally. Here we had it again, right? Way back here. Boom, rally. Here we had here where it kind of rallied a little bit, tried to get up to this oversold level, and it did. it went higher than it was before, but again, it's not great. But even then, it comes back down here to the low RSI. Huge rally, the squeeze rally that everyone was really expecting. And now we are here, where we are getting down into these very low RSI points, and also too, the blue line is well below the MACD, right? So there's no confirmed break. The breakout is not confirmed yet, right? In any sense of the word. But if this blue line were to go above the brown line, like we saw originally with the squeeze here, massively like it did, which it could at any time, obviously we have to wait for some more intraday trading sessions to get some more data here. But with the RSI, these are not bad levels, that I am willing to buy it. I'm not saying you should buy it. This is not financial advice, but my own personal trading tolerance and risk tolerance, I'm willing to buy at low RSI levels because in my mind, I'm getting a relatively good deal. And then if this does reverse, which, if we look at any other time where the RSI has been trading lower and lower for a little bit of time, it does tend to reverse. It's just kind of the nature of the stock market. This happens with almost every stock. This isn't, unique to only Clover Health. You can view this in almost every stock on the planet, on the stock exchange if you want, and see that. So that is something I'm keeping a very, very close eye on. Just in case we could see a possible reversal in the trend. We might not see another massive breakout for a little bit up to the 28 levels like we saw with the original squeeze that we saw. But if there is a catalyst that makes it worth it and makes, buyer sentiment and retail sentiment all of a sudden skyrocket, again, entirely possible, super possible, in fact. And I think it's not, crazy to, put that out there and say that. But overall, I'm keeping a very close watch on this, guys. And two, I'm a long-term investor with this. Oh, I am not worried about, as much as I'm worried about the day-to-day things going on with this stock, again, it's not something that's going to likely cause me to want to sell or want to, feel differently about the stock anyway, because of course I am long on the stock and I'm wanting this stock to succeed, of course. And that's not financial advice. Please do not use any of the videos that we make here as buy or sell signals, guys. It's just information that we're trying to get out to you guys to hopefully educate you guys on stuff going on with different stocks that you might be holding, as well just put information out there and report on what is going on with some of these stocks. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it for Clover Health. I hope you've earned your thumbs up today. Please like the video, subscribe as well so you never miss a new video like this, and hit the notification bell. If you guys want to pick up some free stocks with WeBull, check out the link in the description below. All you have to do is deposit $5 and you guys can get up to free stocks that are worth up to a lot of money. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, check that out in the description link below. Also, check out our Patreon link if you guys want to join our private Discord where we talk about stocks, cryptocurrency, real estate, or anything having to do with money. It's a great place to socialize with like-minded people, and it's a great way to see what we're doing every single day on our journey to grow and build our wealth. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.